Morning church, April 26th, Anzac long weekend. Usually people are heading off camping and doing all sorts of wonderful things on this weekend, but we're still in lockdown, but God is doing good things. And on this weekend, I hope you took some time to pray for our diggers who are in the services and serve our country and serve it well, and take some time to remember those who have fallen in the fight for freedom over many, many years, especially in this last century. And I had a wonderful morning. On Anzac morning, we shared it in the street with other people standing out the front and watching the sun come up, listening to the service and hearing the last post. And there's nothing quite so moving as the last post when you're remembering people who have sacrificed all. And a wonderful morning it was. So before we share a bit of music this morning and listen to that, and before Shauna brings a short word to encourage your hearts along in this season, I just want to say, I just want to encourage you along the way. And as a pastor, you feel like you've got your finger on the pulse sometimes, and other times you don't know what's going on. And I'm just being honest. But over these last weeks, I've just heard some wonderful stories of people's care for each other, whether it be by a gift or a visit or a phone call or however way we can do it right now in this season. I've just heard these great stories just trickling through about people caring for each other. And I want to share just that short verse out of Philippians chapter 2, verse 20. And Paul was speaking to the Philippians in his letter, and he's speaking of Timothy. And he says this: I have no one else like Timothy who genuinely cares for your welfare. And that was high praise, because he didn't say, I have no one else who can prophesy like Timothy. He didn't say, I've got no one else who can preach like Timothy, nor no one else who can work miracles like Timothy. He said, I've got no one else who genuinely cares for you like Timothy. And that's just that's high praise. And I want to encourage you to continue to aspire to that, caring for one another in this season, looking for ways to bless one another, and to continue along those lines. And God looks for opportunity to pour back into our laps. Care. In the New Testament, it says he shows mercy to those who are merciful. And so I just want you to think along those lines as a church. Continue to care for one another, because that is the high praise that Paul gave of Timothy. The other thing I want to say is thank you for your faithful giving throughout this season. I went and had a look at the church bank account and just wondering how we're going, and Shauna said everything's fine. We're paying our bills up front. We're doing everything we need to. We're not in any severe lack in any way or form. And so I just want to encourage you in your faithful giving this morning, that the Bible says in Psalm 18:25, to the faithful you show yourself faithful. And that was David speaking, singing actually, when God delivered him from all his enemies and from Saul, as the Bible says. And to the faithful you show yourself faithful. And I want to say thank you for your faithfulness in giving this morning. When we do start meeting together again as a church, we'll be just stepping straight off from where we stopped, back straight into it and going ahead in God. So just wanted to say that this morning. Thank you for your faithfulness. Anyway, so that's my little introduction this morning. I'm missing yous all, and I'm looking forward to the time again where we can meet together and celebrate together, share a meal together, and share the wonderful faithfulness of God next time we meet. Thank you.